Hi all, Ashley Bright here. Wanted to share my process for some super cute gift tags I recently made. I am using supplies I received in my March package from Hip Kit Club. One of the main items I'm using here is this Heidi Swapp cut apart sheet. I think this is from her Storyline Chapters collection, and from the base of the tags I'm using another sheet from that collection that has this super pretty pink watercolor or painterly effect on one side and then rainbows on the back. On all the tags I stitch around all sides, I add a pretty little pink eyelet, which by the way, I love the color of the eyelet. It's like this pink blush color, but I got these from AliExpress and my Crocodile Punch for some reason is not able to flatten them out all the way. Not sure if anyone has had that happen to them before or knows a workaround, but anywho, here I'm making a pocket for this first tag, so I am using the rainbow side of the paper and cutting a little opening in the center so I can fold down the flaps and give some pretty dimension. I just used my little eraser stick to give that curved look to the corners, which is something I prefer to do more than just folding down the sides, just because I think it looks very pretty. So now I'm going back to see what other elements I would like to layer onto this tag, and there's so many pretty blush cut aparts, and of course I gravitate towards that first. It's just so easy for me to start crafting with pink and then add on from there. I will say the color combination of this kit is something that is a little different for me, and I've really enjoyed playing it with it so far and the look of the final projects I've had so far. But back to this tag, so I fussy cut out some of the images. The last thing one thing I decided to add is this little shaker, using this circle wreath image. So I cut the grid pattern from the center of it out. That will be my little shaker part. And at first, I think I might layer on something behind this shaker pocket, so maybe like one of the other images from the cut apart sheets or another sticker or something, but in the end I just decide to keep it pretty simple and use just little lines, another little cut apart that just has lines going across it. Before I adhere those two together, I am going to try to cover up this bottom word sentiment so you can't see it. I will say there really is no need for me to do this, because you'll see later on that the bottom half of this shaker ends up getting covered up anyways, but you never know when you're halfway through a project. So I do add some stickers to cover that up, and I add in some pretty pink sequins, pop that up with some foam tape, and then we have a pretty little shaker. So I'll go ahead and finish that up here and then shake it around a little bit, just because it's always fun to do that. So now to finish up this first tag, I layer on a few of the frame cut aparts. I add one of the super pretty little bows here in a bit. That's from the Maggie Holmes collection, Sweet Story. I also add some ruffled papers, some florals, a little sentiment, and a couple other little pieces. And then I'll finish it off with some pretty bling and then move on to my second and third tag. So I'll go ahead and take some time to do that. It is so funny to watch some of these process videos back for me, because I see how much time I spend doing all these like little fussying things, just moving things down like around 1 millimeter at a time. And this is also with like a bunch of stuff edited out, but it does explain why I'm such a slow crafter. I do see others have been way more productive than me during this whole stay-at-home order situation thing, and I'm just like, nope, I'm still making exactly the same amount of projects with the same amount of time and exactly the same pace. But that's okay. Of course, everyone crafts in their own way, and I'm fine with that. So I'm popping up a little sentiment here, adding that ruffle piece behind it, and again, I'll just let this finish off here, and I'll be back. So these other two are a little smaller and they came together faster. I tried to mirror these a bit, so they both have a little angled pocket going in different directions, and I worked on the initial layout and placement at the same time with both of them. I end up adding a cute little animal on both, and these are from the Jen Hadfield Hey Hello collection. That collection is so full of cute little critters, which is, aside from florals are my absolute favorite, but my second favorite is these little like cute animal images to play with. One tag has this cute little bear holding up a bouquet of flowers, and there were a couple of those bouquets, or there was an extra bouquet of flowers in that embellishment pack, so I did end up layering on that second bouquet just to give a really full look to the flowers. The other tag has a sentiment that says life is sunshine and rainbows. So I've kind of pulled aside that sunshine, or like the sun strip of paper and the rainbow strip of paper to use with that card. So I'll finish up the second one here, adding on lots of dimension, another little ruffled piece. A little cut apart got tucked into that pocket, and then I'm going to add some bling pieces. So this last tag, this one is the one that has a sentiment that says life is sunshine and rainbows. So I used the sunshine strip from the cut apart and the rainbow strip to line both the side of the tag and the pocket. The little critter I end up using is a little hedgehog. She was originally holding a little gold heart, but I wanted it to match more so with the sentiment, so I fussy cut out the heart and had the hedgehog hold up a little rainbow. I think she looks so sweet holding that little image up to the other strip of rainbows that line the pocket. And I finish both of these, I finished this third tag off with some pretty bling, just like the other two. And I really love how these came out. I used a good amount of the cut apart sheet up, but I still have a few pieces left to play with on another project, and I really hope that you enjoyed seeing my process and hearing a bit more about these tags. If you haven't already, would love if you would subscribe, leave me a comment down below, and check out some of my other videos. And thank you so much for watching. I'll insert a close-up of my finished project at the end here, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Bye!